Yeah. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast live. And we know what some of you guys have been waiting for. You're waiting for our thoughts on all these NBA free agent moves, and we thought that was kind of maybe too big of a topic to do as a subtopic on a 4-topic show last night. So what we are going to do, we're going to take, maybe 45 minutes to an hour here, and we'll chop it up with you guys, and we'll talk about that, talk about the moves we see, our thoughts on these moves, how we think it'll affect things going forward, et cetera, et cetera. Transformer, what's good, my man?
Man, what's happening?
Nothing.
Let's hope over there. Nothing.
Right.
No, man, I'm cooler, man. I'm cooler. Ready to talk a little sports, man, and get everybody on their way, man.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Woodage, what's good, my man? How are you? Let's give a shout out to first and foremost the channel members, right? So of course, number one channel member, Laker Nation, host of the Be Ready Sports Podcast. In order to be ready, you gotta stay ready, right?
You gotta stay ready.
Stay ready. Next up, shout out It's Not That Serious. What up? It's Not That Serious. What's good? Next up, shout out Baltimore Bruce. Of course. What's going on, Bruce? What's going on, stupid? What's popping, dummy?
Stupid.
And finally, shout out to my main man, Chief Sid Bubba. What's good, Chief? Shout out to you. Shout out to the boys from Annapolis.
Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away. Oh, but you good, man. You good. You go ahead and relax, man.
Order. Man, shout out to the boys from Annapolis, man. Whew, we're about 5.5 months left. Okay, we're
long 5 months for you, brother.
That's okay. It's moving along, man. Because it's been rough since last December, but that's all right though.
It's gonna start snailing after a while. Just moving on.
Hey, man, look, they went out there, they did what they had to do, so I have to deal with this. That's okay, and hopefully my guys will get back on track. But
yes,
Steve, king of the chat, what's good, my brother? What's good, Edward? What's good, man? What's good? Yes, shout out Notre Dame, shout out Houston Rockets. Did Dream come out of retirement?
Fucking your dream.
What?
Steve said shout out Houston Rockets. So I was wondering if the greatest Rocket ever is, back gracing the court again. That's
or T-Mac made a comeback, huh? You heard a lot of conversations about him. We said bump it, man. Let me go and will his team to the championship. No? Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, hey, we all know that, had T-Mac been with Shaq in LA, he'd won championships, right? Hey, I mean, that's what he told us.
If T-Mac would have had this team that KD had, if KD don't win it, he would have, you know what I'm saying? He would have won a championship. Pretty sure that's what I'm saying.
It's all good. What you mean what I mean, Steve? Oh, man.
Hey, so man. Hey, quick shout out to my bro, Mike, man. Today is his 35th birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike, from the Format Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. That boy 35 and knees already hurting. Boy, woke up first thing this morning, man. My knees bother me, bro. Knees bother me, man.
Oh, man. Congrats to you, Mike, man. Happy birthday. May Allah grant you many, many more health, wealth, happiness, success, all that, man.
Amen.
Blessings to you, brother. All right, y'all. So I'm going to do the spiel real quick, and then we're going to get right into it. Transformer is going to lead us off, and we are going to talk about the myriad of things that are happening in the association and how we think that they will affect the upcoming season.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you.
Just for
All right. So here we are. Let's get it, man. We're going to talk NBA free agency. Transformer, kick us off, man. Take us away.
Okay, man, let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. Man, let's go ahead and
get it
just knock the elephant out of the room, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's knock the
Yes.
elephant out of the room. What do y'all want to talk about? Okay. Y'all want to talk about the Lakers. Y'all want to know what I think about the DeAndre Ayton signing.
Is that what we want to talk about?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Why can't they want to talk about the fact that the Celtics' new ownership seems to be having a damn fire sale, trying to get rid of everybody, and is listening to offers on Derek White and Jaylen Brown?
Are they? Have they
They're
done
listening to
anything
offers?
yet?
They haven't done it. They said they're listening.
So this is free agency.
Yes.
Ain't no moves been made. So at least y'all get to say, like, they're talking, they're having conversation. There's allegations, there's rumors, there's speculation.
Didn't Cornette go to y'all?
No.
Where did he go?
Cornette went to.
I thought he went to y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's backing up somebody who's nice. Spurs.
Okay,
Wembanyama.
that's right.
He's backing up Wembanyama. Yeah,
that's a good spot to be in. All right, I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. Go ahead. Give us your thoughts on the Lakers, man. Tell us what it is, man.
DeAndre Ayton has been, and I believe in the Phoenix Suns. He was with the Phoenix Suns just recently. First overall pick, of course, he was with the Luka Doncic draft. I believe Luka Doncic went third in that draft. Been kind of bouncing around a little bit in Portland, a little bit in Phoenix. I believe there's one more team I'm missing that he's been a part of. But either way, that's neither here nor there.
No,
Here's
Phoenix, Portland, and now Lakers. Yeah, that's it.
Phoenix, Portland, now Lakers. Okay. So now he's a Los Angeles Laker.
Okay.
As you know, one of our biggest faults of last year, we were struggling on the interior, not having a big, only having Jackson Hayes, and other than that, we're having Vanderbilt or LeBron play the five, which turned out to be detrimental to us as we went to play the Minnesota Timberwolves, who ended up ending us in five as we're screaming Lakers in five. Okay.
T-Wolves in five.
T-Wolves in five. Okay. So what happened in the final game of that series? In game five, we made.
I know.
Go ahead, son.
Rudy Gobert looked like Wilt Chamberlain out there.
Did he?
He did.
Did he?
He did.
I thought it was Wilt Chamberlain in his prime all over again. I mean, every rebound, gobbled it.
Yes.
Bucket, got it. Block, stuffed it. Right? Like, Rudy Gobert turned into prime Wilt Chamberlain in game five and sent our butts packing. I believe, no, this is in LA at this point.
Yeah.
I think we're in LA. So it
was in LA. That's correct.
Hey, man, you can go back to your houses now. All right.
Shut down the crib for you for the year. Yeah.
Shut down the crib for us. So in response to that, the Los Angeles Lakers sat on pins and needles for the first day of free agency, as all of the other bigs went around. We're going to get to a little bit of those later. And then on day two, something magical happened. Somebody in the basketball god atmosphere, the realm of the basketball god, said, let's buy out DeAndre Ayton and make him available.
They did say that.
Lakers said, what? Okay. Time out. So we don't have to go crazy and spend big money on. Oh, okay. So they're going to buy him out, and we just only have to pay him $8 million.
Correct.
Come on, be a Laker.
That sounds like a lot of money, but that's chump change in the modern sports, right?
That's Shai Gilgeous is getting paid $65 to $78 million over the next 4 years. So if you need a little bit of context, $8 million is a lot to me and Bruce, but $8 million is not a lot to them.
No,
that is chump change to those guys. All right. So what are the Lakers adding, right? They're adding, let me be quite honest, somebody with low work ethic.
Okay.
What's been his biggest gripe and biggest reason why he hasn't been the stud that he's supposed to have been drafted at?
And not a team guy at all. Yeah, well, I can't say that. They said that it was reported that he's not good in the locker room. I'll say that. That's what was reported. Obviously, I don't know. Low
motor. He's a downer.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel motivated. Guess what, Bubba? You're in LA now.
Yeah.
You better get motivated.
You're in the pantheon of all-time great big men.
Yes. The last big man that was there got a chip.
You know, it's funny. y'all started with the all-time great big men, and you just come on forward. You know, Mikan, Wilt, Kareem, Shaq.
Keep going.
Powell, he's not an all-time great big, but he played like one in those back-to-back championships with Kobe. And then you move on to AD, who may not be an all-time great big, but he is an elite. So
got us a chip.
That's right.
Hey, all those bigs got us chips.
That's right.
So number 1 overall pick, that motor better be rising. I'm pretty sure Mark didn't spend $8 million for nothing.
No.
Because if he sees low work ethic, he'll get you up out of there.
So have you thought about this though, right? Everyone says he has no work ethic, right? He's a traditional back to the basket type big, right? Which isn't, optimal in the modern NBA. But in his career, this dude averages 14 and a half and 10 and a half. So he's averaging 10 and a half rebounds with a low motor. Imagine if he gets mad and somebody convinces this dude to play hard. Just a thought.
If he walks into that stadium, he walks into the crib. I almost called it the Staples Center.
Touche.
And he looks up.
Yes.
And not only does he see all of the Hall of Fame big jerseys. Damn. Mikan.
Yeah.
Kareem.
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Shaq. Oh my God. These guys are up here. But then he's going to look over and he's going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. Wait, what? 17 championship banners?
That's a lot.
Man,
that's a lot.
Let me get my shit together.
Fortunately, there is someone else who has one more than that. But this is not about that.
All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning into the Format Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man, and share. No, mess with you. But no, man, you got a point. You know what I mean? There is one team that has one more, right? You know what I'm saying? But we caught up after all them years because we know the beginning
for sure.
Like
for sure.
11
That's a hell of a run. Yeah, I can't front on that. But we don't need to talk about that anymore. 7
over the last 50, 70 years. But anyway, but yeah, man. So I think, he looks up to that, man. I think Mark, I think Magic or Kareem or somebody just needs to walk him in there and be like, yo, look.
This is different now.
Look up.
Yeah.
Look up.
But you know what? Maybe he wouldn't respect that from those guys. Maybe it needs to be a Powell or well, AD's not going to do it now because obviously he's not there. But Powell needs to be the one to go talk to him because maybe Powell is going to tell him, when I first got there, even though I was with Kobe, I didn't understand what it truly was. Right.
Yeah.
And, I had to be taught what it was. And then I was able to take, whatever I had, take it to the next level to be able to, obviously on a lower level, but join those guys, right? So I think Powell would be the perfect guy to talk to him and maybe help him understand what it is.
Now, that makes perfect sense, right? One champion, multiple times, 3 times finals, right? Been traded, so he understands that part of it. Not wanting to be traded, but got traded. But your work ethic got to change, bro. Phoenix, nothing to write home about. They're not a championship franchise. You go to Portland, they're just, I'm considering them the hospital of the NBA. Every first overall pick or top pick they get either gets hurt or they get traded or both.
Yeah.
Right. The Brandon Roys, the Greg Odoms, the DeAndre.
Sam Bowie.
I mean, I said DeAndre Ayton, but Sam Bowie. Right now, Damian Lillard, he eventually
tore his go back. Wow, that's a great point.
You know what I mean? So the Portland Trailblazers are kind of cursed when it comes to top overall picks or lottery picks that are projected huge successes and end up touching the injury.
The only one that was able to really. No, that's a great point, Transformer.
Yeah,
I like that.
So they don't have expectations there. So maybe that's the reason why I can come over here. I can hide out a little bit. Portland ain't doing nothing, right? Nah,
you
bro.
You can't hide in LA, man.
You can't hide in LA. One, it's LA.
Yes,
that's just what it is. One,
it's the Lakers. You can't hide wearing purple and gold.
Can't hide. Can't hide. Every night, a big is going to be coming after you.
Yeah.
Every night. This ain't no every other night in Portland, every other night in Phoenix. Every night, somebody's trying to earn a next year's contract. On your head, right? On top of that, there's a guy named LeBron freaking James over there. Do you not think the cameras are watching?
For the time being.
For the time being. You're correct. However, then you turn around and you got a 6'8" Slovenian over here.
And if he wants you gone, you're going to go.
Gone.
Because
right?
he's the new future.
He's the new future. And if you can't click with him, if you can't be a Jackson Hayes 2.0, meanwhile, we didn't get Jackson Hayes.
And rim run.
And rim run. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. But the good thing about it, man, he can get his own bucket, right? He doesn't necessarily need setups all the time. He's a back to the basket type of guy. And he has great length, he has great size, and he can sprint the floor just like Jackson Hayes can. So you just need to increase that work ethic. I think when he plays alongside of Luka Doncic, a LeBron James, he's going to see a lot of wide open lanes as he's cutting to the basket. So I think that should get him a little bit more motivated, but we'll see how it goes for the time being. On top of that, he will be playing for another contract. So,
great
you
point.
know, that's also another reason why, like, I need to go out there and show out, because if I go out here and average 20 and 10, right, I'm definitely going to decline my player option next year, and I'm going to go get a bag next year. So
somebody needs to pay me.
Somebody needs to pay me. So it's a couple of things that's working in his favor, man. You got all the Lakers theatrics, but you also got his own possible motivation of wanting to do better and, you know, wanting to get another big deal on top of that, you know, the payout that he got from Portland. So, you know, huge things going on for him, man. So on top of that, we got Jackson Hayes. While we're on the Lakers, Jackson Hayes did get signed about an hour ago or 45 minutes ago. So we do have a backup to the center. Nice. So now we got DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes at the 5 in rotation. So
can I say this, Transformer? Obviously, I'm not the authority on the Lakers. That's you. That's Laker Nation. That's Bruce. That's you guys. What I will say though, I think even more important than DeAndre Ayton setting those picks and going for the lob, what's more important is him committing to being some level of defender and rim protector at a high level, because if the Lakers roster remains how it is, LeBron is not going to get any better as a defender at this age. We know Luka doesn't do it at all. Austin Reeves is poor. DeAndre Ayton has to be ready and be in position to help. He's got to be last line of defense, and that's something I think that is very pertinent. And going there, he has to be fully aware of that.
Correct. I mean, you drive a great point. I mean, because if you tell me that Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James is your front three, I'm carving them up. Yeah, I'm carving them up. Okay, cool. I got an old 41-year-old about to be 42. Right. I got Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic don't care about defense. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stay on the perimeter. Y'all ain't guarding me out here.
That's right.
Now, if you try to, you want to set the tone, DeAndre Ayton, Jackson Hayes, Vando. We know Vando can defend, right? We know Vanderbilt can defend. So you go and, you know, do your thing over there, you know, pin that off the glass a couple of times. Now you're like, okay, all right, we're just gonna stay on the perimeter. We'll turn into a 3-point shooting team.
Yeah. But he's gonna have to commit to that because he knows that's part of the reason he's there. Absolutely.
No, absolutely.
And all right, so let Gobert look like Wilt again. But
enough Laker talk. I knew people wanted to get that out of me. Why do I care? Okay, I care about you guys caring about me, even though you want to talk crap about me, right?
Oh, you know
the
I
Lakers.
Do.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do. That's why I wore green today, because I care about you. Right?
Appreciate that, brother.
Really is for Notre Dame. You know,
I mean, it's not the same green, but you know.
It's a green. I'm trying.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
All right. Let's move on to one of the bigger conversations that's been going on across the NBA over the last week. I'm going to go ahead and take a stop in Houston real quick. Okay. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and talk about the Rockets, man.
Okay, real quick. Did you see that they are working with Phoenix to try and push this out to a 7-team deal? Okay. Carry on.
7-team deal, which includes LA. So now that will be a record-breaking trade as far as teams involved. I believe the previous was Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was a 6-team trade. Yeah. Okay. Klay Thompson involved 6 teams. And previous to Klay Thompson was Russell Westbrook, which was a 5-team trade.
So how many how many teams were involved in the trade that sent Kevin Garnett to the Celtics? Because I think that involved like 11 players.
I think it was four teams though. I don't think it was a lot of teams. Yeah,
got you.
A lot of players, but like
a ton of players. Yeah,
it was a ton of players, but not a lot of teams in that one. So, but yeah. So anyway, Houston Rockets are currently trying to facilitate a 17 trade deal for Clint Capella to be added on to the roster. As you know, they're kind of going through a little bit of a money situation before Sunday's deadline. All right.
Okay. They
signed Capella and Finney Smith. But is it finalized though? Is the money good? That's the question, Steve. Because I don't think it's finalized yet until Sunday.
Okay.
So they got him, but it's just not.
Okay, so this is
final.
Okay, right? So he agreed to it. Free agent center Clint Capella has agreed to a 3-year, $21.5 million deal with the Houston Rockets.
Exactly. So but it can't go through yet until they fix the cap. So they're trying to fix the money first. That's why that's where the 7-team trade deal comes into play. So you're getting other teams involved to take a little bit here, take a little bit there, and it all makes sense.
Make it all work.
So make it all work. All right. But on top of that, I mean, Houston Rockets are doing some great things. I mean, not to mention they got Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns. They're adding Clint Capella. They're adding Dorian Finney-Smith. You re-sign Steven Adams. These guys are locked and loaded and ready for a playoff push. Sign Jabari Smith Jr. to a 5-year extension.
That's right.
Van Fleet agrees to a 2-year extension.
God, he's a champion.
Like,
you've got 2 champions on that roster that can teach these young guys what it takes.
Absolutely.
And of course, you add the nuclear weapon. So
absolutely. So what is your thought process? Like, what does this put Houston now? Does this put Kevin Durant in a situation to where now, okay, you were hiding for a little minute.
Yeah.
We gave you a break in Brooklyn. We gave you a break in Phoenix because we saw that wasn't going to work out. Now the attention comes back to Houston. You guys have a legit squad. You have a great coach in Ime Udoka.
Yes.
You were just number 2 in the West last year. That team got bounced out in the first round because they were missing a guy like you to get them buckets. All right.
Exactly.
So what is your take on where does Houston go? Where's the pressure on Kevin Durant?
Okay, so I want to believe there's some pressure on Kevin Durant. Somehow he magically manages to avoid pressure. Like, people want to see him win, but there's never really the pressure that there is on other superstars, right? Like, remember, there was pressure on Tatum. There's always pressure on Bron, right? Certain guys, the pressure to win is real. Not saying the pressure on Tatum is the same as pressure on Bron. That's not what I was saying, but I was just mentioning them in, So I'm looking at this Houston thing, and I think, to your point, they are in really good shape. I think, barring injury, obviously that's always a caveat, they can be the 2nd or 1st seed again, right? That is a really good team, as you mentioned, extremely well coached. Last year, they were young, super athletic. They're going to defend. They're still athletic. They're going to defend. But now they got the guy, to your point, that is able to deliver that bucket when they need it, right? Because, what's his name? Is it Jalen Green that got traded to Phoenix in the KD deal? He I think he had 3 or 4 games with 8 points in the first round of the playoffs. He had the one big game. He had 41, I think. But he had 3 or 4 games with 8 points, and he was terrible in game 7. If he had just given them a little more in game 7, they could have upset the Warriors in the first round, and who knows what happens against Minnesota after that. So I definitely think that the Rockets are.
Would you consider that an upset, them being the 2nd seed?
Yeah, I would have, because I think that when you look at a team that is, full of multiple-time champions, a coach that's been there, done it multiple times, a team that knows what it takes to win, I think even though they were the lower seed, if Houston had beaten them, I think it would have been an upset just based on the history of Golden State at that point, because Houston was so young. The only person they had on that team that knew what it's like to be there is Van Vliet, and he's not a superstar, right? So, this year, I think that the Rockets, shout out to Steve King of the chat, the Rockets are in prime position to really make some noise in the West. Now, the West is never easy. We know that. You know that better than any Transformer. But I think they are in prime position to be a dangerous, dangerous squad. That's my thought. Oh, and the Clint Capella, he can block shots, he can rim run, he can rebound. I thought he was out of the league. He was so quiet in Atlanta, but he was over there doing his thing. Quick side note, right? Atlanta is a major city. It's
Correct.
on the East Coast, so to speak, right?
Correct.
It's major culturally, musically, movies, all that. Why is it like such an oddly small sports media market? What is the deal with that?
Other than the Braves, Atlanta don't care about sports.
That's crazy,
They don't.
isn't it?
They don't, and they're trying. You know what? I was just watching an interview with oh my God, what's the comedian? He's on Wild 'N Out. The skinny dude. He plays Smokey. He's gonna play Smokey in the next Friday movie.
I don't know.
God dang it, chat. Come on, help me out. DC Young Fly. There you go. DC Young Fly.
Oh, okay.
DC Young Fly. So DC Young Fly, I was watching an interview with him. He's he's on that bandwagon of just like being a super fan and getting more because there's so many celebrities that come through Atlanta that he's trying to get them to come to the games, like sit front row, like make this the Eastern LA. Like we have LA is like the mecca of like fashion as far as everything commercial. You want a business to grow, you go to Atlanta, right? Right. We're the Eastern version of LA. So if we get the celebrities to fill up the seats and let me say Robin Williams.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought he was dead. That's why I didn't.
Shut up.
King of the
First
chat.
of all, I said black. And then I said Smokey on Friday. So
that was not Robin Williams.
And that was definitely not Robin Williams.
Right.
But yeah, man, he's on that bandwagon to get more people involved, get more celebrities involved. So hopefully that does change it. I mean, you have a.
It seems like they haven't been a big sports city since Michael Vick. That's weird. And I don't know how far Athens is from Atlanta, but it seems like the biggest thing in Georgia sports is University of Georgia football. I don't know.
Georgia football.
It's just weird to me. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, no. I'm saying, Georgia football.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as Atlanta, like you got the Braves, and you're like, other than that, you don't hear nothing else about Atlanta.
Right.
Like the Falcons, nobody really cares.
Right.
Nobody wants to talk the Falcons ever since 28-3. They don't talk about the Falcons. They're like,
that's a great point. Didn't think about
28-3. Yeah, 28-3. Oh my God. 28-3. Freaking Atlanta mistakenly posted. I'm sorry to talk football real quick with you guys. Two of their players were standing next to each other. One of them had 28. The other player had 3. Atlanta posted it. It immediately deleted it because they didn't see what they did on accident.
28-3.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
What are the odds? A cameraman's like, and they like, y'all wearing 28 and the other guys wearing 3. So they immediately deleted that, man.
Like, you don't ever stand next to him again.
Like, hey, man, y'all always never be the same.
Right.
Matter of fact, if all y'all friends, we're changing your jersey number. Like,
at least 2 players between y'all at all times.
All times.
Right.
But yeah, man.
No,
go ahead.
Clint Capella. No, we were talking Clint Capella. That's how we got off on the Atlanta thing.
Yeah,
but I think it's a great move bringing him back. I think Houston is going to be dangerous. Again, West is always tough, but Houston looks good, man.
Yeah. I mean, Houston, to me, and I'll give my quick response about Kevin Durant.
Sure.
The pressure's better be on, bro.
It should
be. You've been trying to replicate what you did in Golden State or trying to replicate what LeBron does. And it's just been an ultimate disasters. You go to Brooklyn, you try the Brooklyn thing, and that blows up in your face. You go to Phoenix, you try the Phoenix thing, it blows up in your face. Like now you're in like this team is much better than what he created in Brooklyn and what he created in Phoenix. Much better. Why? Yeah. You have depth, you have youth, you have length. Like everything about this team fits. Similar to Golden State. Everything already fit in Golden State.
Yeah.
They just needed a cherry.
On top.
You were the cherry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the pressure should be on, man. I mean, all the greats have some sort of pressure, so I don't see why it shouldn't be anywhere on Kevin Durant. I do see them going far. They're definitely going to be a formidable opponent in that conference, man. So hopefully get to see the best. But we're going to go ahead and move on. We don't want to sit here and talk about Houston all day. We're going to get into, just lost my sight here. We're going to get into the Denver Nuggets. So the Denver Nuggets, boy, a little bit of bad news today. However, they did make a trade to send Michael Porter Jr. to the Nets in Brooklyn. Yeah, to the Brooklyn for Cam Johnson. Wow. All right. Some people consider this a lateral move. I consider this Denver just got tired of the flameouts in the playoffs.
How about,
what is your take on that?
Okay, I'm so sick of this, the Denver stuff, right? Denver got tired of the flameouts in the playoffs. The reason why is because clearly Jokic is their best player, but they got Jokic doing everything instead of actually running a real basketball system, right? You got him doing everything, everybody else standing around watching, and of course he doesn't defend, but I'm not going to beat the dead horse on that, but you got him doing everything offensively, so you're not able to truly run something, right? And as such, like, watch, we might mess around and see Michael Porter Jr. bust out in freaking Brooklyn because he's actually going to get to play instead of being stuck being a catch and shoot guy, right? So, yeah, but Sneed, I hear what you're saying, but the problem is Michael Porter Jr. didn't really get a chance to show what he could do for the most parts because of the way Jokic plays. He plays that LeBron James hero triple-double ball, stand in the corner, wait for the kick out. And I'm not saying he won't find you if you cut because Jokic is an elite passer, no question. But when you do that, you'll see. Okay, all right, Steve, you'll see about MPJ. But anyway, the problem is you're bringing these guys. Okay, cool. You're making moves. But if you try to force them into playing that Jokic ball, it's going to be the same thing all over again. So we'll find out.
No, we'll definitely find out. I somewhat agree with you, right? I somewhat agree with you. Why? Michael Porter Jr. has the build, the length, the size that playing behind not only Jokic, Jamal Murray, right? And then in the playoffs, what happened? Now, granted, he did tear his shoulder or had a shoulder sprain or something was going on with his shoulder this last playoffs, but Aaron Gordon got more play, got more looks at the basket than he did. So when you take a guy like him with his build, his shot making ability, and you take him to a team to where he could be maybe a 1 or a 2, I think we're gonna see a different Michael Porter Jr.
Oh yeah,
I definitely think we can see that. Cam Johnson, surefire bucket, man. I mean, Denver Nuggets definitely got a bucket with Cam Johnson, hand in your face. No matter what you want to do to him, that boy's gonna score.
Is he gonna get to be that playing with Jokic though? Jokic got to have his 30. He got to have his 11 rebounds. He got to have his 10 assists. Is he gonna be able to do that playing with Jokic? That's the question.
I wonder, does he go back and look at? I just got a triple-double, first ever for a center, and I got nothing for that. Okay. Get back to team basketball. Do you think he can do that?
I don't know if they want him to. They may want him to continue playing like this because they can market this, right? Remember, like we always talk about, there's the on the floor side, there's the business side, right? We can market Nikola Jokic, our 3-time MVP, Nikola Jokic, first center ever, as Transformer says, that ever averaged a triple-double. Nikola Jokic, our do everything amazing, all-time great best center ever, right? That they can market all that. And sometimes marketing that, selling merch, putting butts in the seats to some owners, not saying this one because I don't know this one, to some owners, that's more important than pursuit of winning.
Okay.
And also Jokic, and again, Jokic is hard to tell his personality, but once you get a taste of playing like that and being the guy and doing everything and getting all that, maybe you don't want to go back to playing the team ball that will lead to a championship. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I don't know that that's the case, but for some people, it could be that way.
Okay. I see what you're saying, but I think in this case, because they added guys like Bruce Brown back. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Jonas Valanciunas, but that might not be a good thing for him. They may end up having to buy him out because he wants to go back to Europe. So that would have been a great addition to help Jokic out from not playing the 5. But from what I'm reading, from what I'm understanding, Valanciunas wants to go back overseas, so he may be looking to buy out the moment the trade is solidified from the Kings. So that may be a blow to the Denver Nuggets a little bit. Like, dang, we was trying to get him to not play the 5 all the time and have somebody in rotation, but obviously that's not going to work. But honestly, for Jokic, you want to get back to the championship, right?
Of course. Once you taste that, you
like the triple-double thing. Okay, you tried it, but you didn't win MVP. You're not finna Russell Westbrook this thing now, right? You got multiple MVPs. Now you got to get back to what got you the first one.
Yeah,
that's why you bring a Bruce Brown back, right? Another perimeter score. I mean, about 3-and-D guy. You go add a Tim Hardaway Jr., another guy, right? You get a Cam Johnson who can surefire spark it up. So like, when you're on the bench, him and Jamal Murray can go off. Like, hey, y'all cook. Please cook.
Right.
Please cook, because all eyes on me by the time I get back on this court, right? So I think, man, it could be a shift for him, and definitely get him in the right direction. Again, you're in a tough Western Conference, man.
Yes.
You're in a very tough Western Conference.
And
I'm pretty sure he's not going to try to triple-double his way back to the finals. It's not going to work.
Right. But do you think that maybe the new coach, was it David Adelman, maybe he's going to want Jokic to continue playing that way? So it may not even be Jokic saying, oh, I got to average a triple-double, because I'm not saying that. I'm saying maybe that's how they are going to want him to play. Hey, Nikola, go on, continue doing what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not at all trying to insinuate that Jokic is some selfish stat stuffing dude. I'm not saying that. I don't get that impression about him, but maybe that's how they want him to play. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Again, the loaded West is loaded.
Loaded West.
Y'all watch the Wild Wild West movies and Revolvers?
Man, they come out fast, don't they?
Quick.
I'll tell you what, real quick, man.
What's up?
I'm an East Coast cat. I've lived on the East Coast my entire life, other than when I was overseas in the military. And it is frustrating that it's so hard to be able to enjoy the good games out West, because they always on so late. Like, these games are ending like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, no, can't do it. No. Excuse me. No. It's tough.
So freaking late. I've been in nothing but South Carolina, Columbia, little time in Milwaukee, but by that time I wasn't really watching TV like that. And Memphis, Tennessee, which is more so, I think Memphis is Central Time. But
even still, right.
I have to wait up late.
Yeah.
For Lakers come on at 10:30. 10:30, I'm trying to already be in the bed. I'm trying to be asleep.
What is wrong with Edward?
That's your brother tonight.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm with you.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna lock in. I'm
not in the chat.
Them nights was tough, man. Them nights was extremely tough every night, man. But anyway, we're gonna move on here. We're gonna take our travels back to the Eastern Conference. I want to do a little bit of back and forth here. When it not be totally one-sided, because it does look one-sided. Shocking moves happening in the East. How did you know? How did you know I was going there? Right. I was going to lead off with a segue. The team that did make it to the finals made one move. The Indiana Pacers. They let Miles Turner go. All right, but Milwaukee Bucks end up signing Miles Turner for a 4-year deal to get him to play alongside Giannis. Previously, Brook Lopez had ended up going to, I believe, the Clippers. I'll get to that one in a moment. But he ended up signing elsewhere. But Miles Turner is a 4-year buck to play alongside Giannis. But that's not all that happened. In order to get Miles Turner to agree to this 4-year deal, Damian Lillard had to get waived.
Yes.
$113 million guaranteed.
That was interesting.
Paid out over 5 years to Damian Lillard to go home. Bye-bye. We don't want you.
That's crazy.
So, Bruce,
I wish
Help
somebody
me
would
out,
pay
bro.
me $113 million over 5 years and sit at home. I'd do
To
it.
go home to
Man, listen,
recover.
listen. I will do 2 shows every day. I'll do 2 lives every day for that kind of money to sit at home. Maybe more, but no. I definitely feel that's a heck of a man. That's big. I think a big part of that, obviously, is that Dame Lillard simply doesn't fit there, and he doesn't fit. He's injured. So you're bringing in Miles Turner. Do you want to be carrying that kind of money against the cap with how punitive this cap is, man? They're not playing. Oh, that's a great point, Woodage. Yeah. I think you get the amnesty. You used to get the amnesty one guy off if he had a major injury. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but that's only for a year, though.
It's only 1 year?
I think the amnesty rule is only for a year, not on a multi-year 4 or 5 year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you get the amnesty for a year, like don't count half or not against your cap. All
but
at
least even if it's only 1 year, you have some time to try and figure things out.
True, and that at least you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with that one. I agree with that one. But
and they did re-sign Bobby Portis. They brought him back.
$113 million, Bruce.
Yeah, to chill.
I
mean, you know, Dame is going to try to land somewhere. I think he's going to try to get to Miami, which is where he wanted to be originally anyway.
Now, the rumors are that he's not going to sign anywhere no time soon. Well, of course, he's not going to be able to play for the NBA regular season
anyway, right?
He's rehabbing a ruptured Achilles, if you guys are not aware of that. He may be eyeing to return during the playoffs. Excuse me, guys. But he may be eyeing to return to a team during a playoff run. So that's been floating around a little bit. What is your take on that one?
I just thought of one that would be super interesting if they can make this money work. New York Knicks.
Oh, damn. The Knicks?
Yeah, I think that could be crazy. Imagine that backcourt. Now, you're not going to have a lot of defense, but him and Brunson, man, listen. Brunson going to the rim, making all them crazy shots. Dame bombing away from 30. It'd be crazy.
What about Detroit?
I'm thinking about the story for New York, man.
If Detroit adds his shooting.
Where does he fit, though? Because he's not going anywhere to come off the bench. I mean, maybe initially as he's getting back in basketball shape.
You can put him at the 2.
Say again?
You can hide him at the 2. Cade is at your 1.
That's not bad. No, Steve. So, yeah, I want certain dudes to go to New York. I don't want LeBron in New York. Not at all. No, but listen, I want something good. If it's not the Celtics, I want something good for the Knicks for my people in New York, man. I lived in New York for 9 years, man. So it's an incredible city, and
it still loves Boston.
Guys.
Crazy.
Huh?
Nothing.
So there are certain guys I would love to see there, because if the Celtics can't get a chip, like, I want to see New York get one because they need it. Like, I don't think y'all understand how badly they need it. They are hurting, and they had.
I smoke rocks.
Yo, their was up so seriously this past season. You know, you're within, 65 minutes, 70 minutes of the NBA Finals for the first time in 30 years, 25 years, whatever it is, 25 years. Like, you're so thirsty for it. You haven't won a chip in 53 years, so you need that. So, yeah, no, I would love to see it. But Dame to the Warriors, that's interesting. I don't know how you do that.
Though, like, that's just like the same person. Literally like the same person.
Right. The difference is why Steph and Clay worked. Clay didn't need the ball. Now, he could obviously shoot it and score. Right. He didn't need it. Dame needs the ball. So I don't think that's a fit at all.
Yeah, no. Because, I mean, and then with the way Golden State runs their offense, Dame coming off an Achilles injury, acts to run like that, that's not going to work. Yeah, Dame can only come in and provide you shooting. I wouldn't want him coming in off of Achilles injury and being and running around that offense like that. If you look at Steph runs damn near soccer miles.
Yes, he
when
does.
He's playing on that team with Dre.
Yeah.
Dame ain't doing all that. So that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work for the Warriors. No.
Steve, this is a great point. I like the fit, but yeah, you're gonna have 3 like supermax guys, right? because you have Ant Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and of course Dame Lillard. You can't pay all them guys, but I
won't
do
need a supermax.
I like the idea of the fit, like Dame and Ant Edwards. That would be cool.
Bruce, the money can work. He's already getting paid. That don't
So
count
then we
against
have
Minnesota's cap.
Oh,
That's Milwaukee paying Dame.
oh, okay.
Minnesota can pay him $10 million.
Yeah, peanuts. Right.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
And we're talking about for the playoffs. So you're not even paying him a lot.
Wow.
We're talking for a playoff run. So anybody can pay Dame. He can go for a vet minimum, all he care.
Hired gun, mercenary.
He's getting paid already. He already squeezed Milwaukee out of $113 million.
Right.
So I mean, the money could definitely work, but Minnesota doesn't work.
Dame's scoring punch. I think that's where his scoring punch, his ability to spread the floor with some of the greatest range in the history of basketball.
Yeah,
I think we're looking at that. Obviously, you're not going to expect him to defend. You're not going to expect him to be, some elite athlete, but shooters generally don't forget how to shoot, and that's the good thing about them, even coming off injuries.
Yeah, but I disagree with you, Sneed. Juice ain't worth the squeeze. If I'm paying him $5-10 million, it's definitely worth it. I'll pay $5 million, $10 million. What's the minimum now? What, 8? I'll give him DeAndre Ayton money.
Right. Sure.
I'll give him a 2-year, 1-year player option. I'll find out.
Right.
I'll find out. The man can score. The man can shoot, bro. And he's not the type of guy. You guys got to think. Achilles is more of like sprinting, right? That's like pivoting and a lot of moves like that. The type of player Dame is, he could be okay off of an Achilles injury because he's not that athletic. He's not going to be one trying to jump out the gym or something like that. Shooters, still know how to shoot. Them boys just shoot, right? We get your hopes up and crush your dreams, wasting time and energy.
Okay. Well, we're just talking about some spots we think could end up being interesting, but I hear you, Sneak.
You got to think. The man's already paid. We're not talking about paying him out.
How you doing, man?
We're talking about $8-10 million. Oh, I get Dame. Yeah. He can give me 15 to 20. That's worth it. I don't need him to give me 40.
Nope.
Give me 15 to 20. And go give me 25. Julius Randle, when you want to, give me 15 or 20. That'll work.
Excuse me.
That can work.
I'm just seeing this. I don't know how I missed this.
What's that?
Today's the 3rd, right? Okay.
Correct.
So as of noon today, the Dallas Mavericks with Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and now rookie number 1 pick Cooper Flagg would only be interested in acquiring LeBron James in a buyout situation, ESPN's Dave McMenamin said on ESPN LA Radio. Buyout situation, i.e. they're not going to trade their future to the Lakers to get him.
Correct, because they would have to give up
a lot.
Yeah. We're talking like, I think the comp was Gafford, Clay, who was the 4? Washington.
$53 million.
Yeah, it was like Washington. Washington, Gafford, Clay, and I think a 4th. It was a 4th piece or something like that was in there just to get LeBron. Like, you have to gut it up a little bit. And I would have for the Lakers, accept. I would have hit accept so fast you couldn't blink. I would hit accept so fast. Like, accept. I get Gafford and I get Pat Washington. Thank you. And I got Clay. And I only got to give up LeBron.
Yeah. Get out of here.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, appreciate the title, LeBron. Appreciate the best of your future endeavors, but Luka's the future, bro. We gotta go. Wow. That $50 million, I ain't trying to hold it.
Man, look, if I'm Dallas, no, I don't want that dude anywhere near my team. Anyway, that's a whole different story. We're not talking about that. Carry on.
But anyway, we can talk about the Dallas Mavericks since you wanted to lead that way. The Dallas Mavericks have acquired D'Angelo Russell off of a 2-year deal after Kyrie Irving tore his ACL last season. So they found their placeholder for the Dallas Mavericks to go alongside Cooper Flagg, as we know is the number 1 pick. And of course, Anthony Davis, champion for the Los Angeles Lakers, who is now a Dallas Maverick as of last season due to the Luka Doncic trade. What is your take on what can the Dallas Mavericks do until they get Kyrie, and what is going to change when Kyrie comes back?
No, I think it's a really good move. You get a veteran guy who can score, who can, to some extent lead a team while Kyrie's recovering, so you don't have the huge burden of really trying to push Kyrie back before he's ready, right? So I like it. And D'Angelo Russell, he's a veteran, he's a pro. He knows when Kyrie comes back what it is, and until Kyrie is truly in game shape, he knows he's kind of, they'll slowly but surely ramp Kyrie up. He'll have plenty of minutes. He'll have an opportunity. And really, if he does his thing, helps to lead this team, acts like a pro, makes shots, scores some buckets, assists the rock, then he's also in a position where by doing that, even if Dallas doesn't keep him going into next season, where is he? He's in a spot where he's putting good tape out there. Somebody's going to snatch him up. So it's a decent fit, make a little bit of money and do what he's got to do. I think it was fine.
Yeah. I think it's a perfect placeholder. I mean, you just need D'Angelo Russell to keep you afloat, right? You just need him to keep you afloat. Right now, it's almost like the best opportunity, right? You got Cooper Flag, and you're trying to figure out what you got already.
Right.
This is great opportunity for you to figure it out. Anthony Davis is going to be Anthony Davis regardless, right?
Correct.
He's going to give you 25, he's going to give you 10 and 2-3 blocks a game. He's going to give you that. That's Anthony Davis at by the T. Right now, for the first 2 to 3 months of the season, you're letting Cooper Flag fly. Like, hey, go fly, kid. Let's see what you got. Right? Because you know what you got with Kyrie Irving when he comes back, right? You know what you got with D'Angelo Russell, because D'Angelo Russell's only going to give you what you got during the regular season. Call a spade a spade. Playoffs come, pray Kyrie Irving is ready. Kyrie is ready. So I think, I'm saying, good placeholder for Kyrie to get back. I think they're potentially looking at him returning around January, maybe January, February time frame for him to recover from the ACL. So they're going to be primed and ready to make a nice little run. They did not make the playoffs last year. I believe they ended up finishing the 9th seed, if I'm sadly mistaken. They ended up finishing the 9th seed. So a loaded West again. We're going to talk about that for the foreseeable future.
You are
a loaded West. Can they make it? We shall see. But they're going to have that injury bug. They're going to definitely need Kyrie Irving to come back. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year, if healthy.
Always in the running if he's healthy. Always in the running.
Top 3, but it's going to be Wemby. It's definitely going to be Wemby.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Wemby.
Wemby is sending out everything that's coming in the paint. Absolutely.
Wemby is a little upset because he would have won it last year. But that blood clot really got to him. Yeah, the blood clot got to him. So of course he fell out of the I think you need 65 62? Games.
Is it 65?
It's 62 or 65. It's one of them numbers. 65 games to be eligible for all the end of the year awards, and he missed it. So he's averaging about 3.5 blocks this year, without question. Question. So he'll be probably runner-up. He'll definitely probably be runner-up. But let's shift over to the Eastern Conference. We're gonna go and talk briefly about the other green team.
Okay. Let me help you. We're going to talk briefly about the team that has the most NBA championships in history. We're going to talk about those guys.
Yeah, what you said. We're going to go with them. That team that got the whatever he said, I'm not even going to repeat it because it don't make sense. Go ahead and light this up right here in the chat. It's right here. There you go. All right. That right there.
No doubt.
That team, in a sense of
very different next year.
New ownership. So, Bruce, I'm gonna let you take this one away. New ownership. A power couple. I'm gonna call them 2 brothers, not that type of brother.
Right.
Came in and bought your franchise for, I believe, $6.5 billion. Right.
6.3. Yeah.
At the time, 6,500 million. Correct.
At the time, the most expensive sports sale in history.
That lasted about a month and a half.
About a month and a half.
Yeah.
No, it was about 4 months, I think.
Yeah, it was longer than that. I'm just being exaggerating.
No doubt.
they came in with a completely different mindset, didn't they, Bruce?
No, they did Transformer because if you're aware, 2 years ago, Jaylen Brown set the then record at a 5-year, $305 million deal. He was the highest paid player in history.
Correct.
Jason Tatum follows up the following year, and he gets a 5-year, $315 million deal. So if you're counting, that's two guys making $620 million on one roster. And the new owners come in and they say, yeah, I ain't paying for that. they're not doing it. And like we discussed with Snead on the show last night, owners will more likely pay for the choices that they make. They're not going to pay for the choices that somebody made prior to their arrival, the previous owners. Man, what's wrong with you, man?
That was just funny. It was the way you put it. It was funny. All right, go ahead. My bad. Proceed.
But no,
Proceed.
owners will, if you and I buy a team, Transformer, we buy the Boston Lakers or the LA Celtics, whatever. That sounds crazy, right?
Sounds crazy.
I know,
I think you can get lynched for something like that in either state. Like that's crazy work.
Well, I'm just trying to be fair here. But okay. So let's just say
we get the Knicks. We both like the Knicks. We buy the Knicks.
We buy the Knicks. Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, if anybody bought the Knicks would go for more than the Lakers did. I guarantee it. I'm trying to tell you. The Knicks would go for 12 or 15 bill. Excuse me.
Think so?
Oh yeah. New York City, Madison Square Garden. Yes.
The home of nothing.
I'm trying to tell you, man. You think so? A lot of people don't understand what New York City is in terms of valuation for things. I'm trying to tell you. It wouldn't be deserving, but if the Knicks went up for sale, they would get more than the Lakers got in terms of who bought them. Anyway, that's a different thing. But so let's say we bought the Knicks, right? We got together and we got a consortium, we got $12 billion, we bought the Knicks. Cool. Are we gonna want to come in there? I know, right? We want to come in there and we want to pay for, major contracts that other guys made prior to us. No, we're going to have our guys do the books and we're going to decide, well, we're not with this. We don't want to pay for this. We don't want to pay for that. We will pay for our own mistakes more so than someone else's. And I think that's the difference in terms of when new ownership comes in places. And that's what we're seeing now with Boston, right? And I'm not saying it was a mistake to pay the guys that Boston paid. It netted them a championship, got it. And, had them in position to be competitive for another one until they decided not to compete. But that's a whole different thing. They didn't play with Celtic pride. You all heard my rant on that. But anyway.
30 minutes. Yep. Went hard too. Y'all go look it up. Right after Boston got eliminated in the playoffs, guys, Bruce Witt. I had to buy. This is actually my third mic I had to buy since then.
Terrible.
New headphones. Smoked them. He smoked them. Smoked them. But go ahead, proceed, Bruce. I need to bring up bad times.
Right. So, when you have new ownership coming in, they don't want to pay for what other guys paid for. So now we're seeing Al Horford is gone. He didn't re-sign with Boston. Luke Cornett, they're like, yeah, we're not going to pay that guy. He's gone. They're open to, it's out there that they're open to hearing what people are talking about in terms of Jaylen Brown and Derek White. Because if they can unload some of that money, Derek White, I think, what's he making? $150, $150 million, $140 million, something like that.
I would have to look that up. You can go ahead and keep going now.
Yeah, so he's getting
Derek
paid.
White, right?
Yes, as I mentioned before, Jaylen Brown is making $305 million. So they being the new ownership, they're fully willing
for 4 years, 118.
They're okay, 118. Okay, so not quite as much as I thought, but
125.9. Excuse me,
125. Okay, they're very willing. They are very willing to cut bait with some of these contracts now, which is crazy to me, even knowing that Jason Tatum is recovering from an Achilles, so he's going to be out the bulk of or the entire next season. So you're going to be in bad shape. I don't know what you think you're doing. Maybe if it's me, maybe I try to keep that team together as much as I can, right? At least keep that nucleus of Derek White, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, because if you get rid of one or two of those guys, Brown and White, then what are you doing? What position are you in? Do you have some crystal ball that you see some some super freak generational talent player that's coming down the pike in the next couple of years in the draft? I don't know. I get it. They don't want to pay it because we keep saying it. This new luxury tax is super punitive, but man, let's pay it because I say pay it because, I keep saying it. Deep playoff runs make a lot of money.
They make a lot of money.
Yes, all those extra home games, a lot of dough. You don't want to piss off the Boston faithful. I mean, you own the team now, so I guess it doesn't theoretically matter. But maybe these guys don't really understand what it means. So I don't know.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Like you mentioned before, they got rid of a couple of guys. Not to mention, Drew Holiday was also traded. Porzingis was traded
Portland, yes,
to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, so, I mean, they shedded a lot of salary. But if you dumped all that salary, you should be good with keeping Derek White and Jaylen Brown, right?
You would think so.
Yeah, would you shed about $250 million there, quarter bill? You're okay.
Yeah. You're okay. What do you think? This is hypothetical. Do you think if Jason Tatum did not tear his Achilles and he's available on the roster right now, not hurt, do you think either him or Jaylen Brown are gone?
One of them is gone. I'd probably be Jaylen Brown, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think one of them's going for sure.
I have that sense from your ownership that they, when they saw Tatum tear his Achilles, they said, "Fuck."
Yeah,
because I'm trying to get rid of one of them, and I know I can't get rid of Tatum. He has the injury protection, right? Unless I pull a Dame and pay him $300-something million, which would be just insane.
Not doing that, right?
Which would be insane. But all right, but that leaves Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? So I guess the conversation shifts a little bit with that aspect. I don't think they like that idea of paying two guys $620 million.
They don't at all. They absolutely do not.
And if you add Derek White, that's $750 million. I'm paying three guys $750 million. Yeah, that's a lot of dough. That's truly a lot of dough, man. That's a lot of dough. So I get it from the Celtics, right? But you're under the cap. You're under the second apron, so you cool, right? You don't have to pay that tax. Let this ride out a little bit. Let this ride out.
Yeah, I think so.
See what you guys can get. You know what I mean? You got a couple of mid-level exceptions. I mean, they made a couple of signings, little low-key signings. But at this point,
Anthony Simons, that's not bad, but that's younger and more athletic, but it doesn't have the leadership or the championship pedigree that Drew Holiday has.
So. Correct. So you got a little younger. Wait this season out. This ain't your season to be trying to fight and see what. Even though the East is wide open, but it's wide open because of you. It's wide open because you're there. So go ahead and sit to the side a little bit and let Jason Tatum come back and see what you guys got. If I'm the ownership, that's what I'll chunk the bullet up and do. But again, they've pulled moves so far that have shocked even me. I'm over as a Laker like, abandoned ship. That's
real talk. That's the other problem, right? I understand business. Well, I understand that there are business considerations, but isn't there the other part of it that if you're the Celtics, can you do these things while not keeping an eye on what's happening in Los Angeles? I mean, I'm not going to be so arrogant as to assume they're always watching what we're doing, but I can tell you we're always watching what they're doing. We should be. Yeah. We should always be watching what they're doing. Whether or not they do that for us, I don't know. But we should. I mean, Magic said back in the day they were always watching what we were doing. I don't know if that's the case now, but we should always be watching what the Lakers are doing, if no one else. That's just my thought.
My pushback on that, just a little bit. What if they're also looking at it like, we see what the Lakers doing, but it's a lot of teams over there that's doing better than the Lakers. So they got to go through them. So they're probably not as fearful as if this Laker team was in the East. Now we're looking at them. They could probably win this thing or get to the finals at least. I think they're now looking at it like, okay, well, I saw what Houston did. Okay, I'm seeing what the Grizzlies doing. The Spurs are doing. Like these other teams are adding a lot of pieces. The West is a freaking gauntlet. I can hold out a year or two. Right. I that could possibly be what they're looking at as well. That's my opinion. That's just to push back on what you said.
I hear you. That's fair.
Yeah.
I try not to, when we talk about these things, I try not to let the fan part, and clearly the fan part got involved there. So
all good, bro. All good,
yeah.
all good, all good, all good. Let's move over back to the Western Conference. We're gonna dive into the Phoenix Suns a little bit. As the trade that departed Kevin Durant, but also added a couple of pieces to add to the roster. Of course, they're looking to aim to build around Devin Booker and still trying to figure out. And I believe I read a report earlier. They're having discussions with Bradley Beal and discussions of a buyout. So they may be
he's got the no trade. So they're like, man, get out of here, please. Somebody just go somewhere.
So that would free up a little bit of money. Possibly stretch his deal out over 5 years, something similar to what Dame Lillard is going through right now, to open up a little bit more cap space. But they were able to make some decent moves with the trade, acquiring Dylan Brooks, acquiring Jalen Breen, Mr. 8 points a game in the playoffs, Nigel Hayes-Davis, and Mark Williams available from the trade from the Charlotte Hornets, man. So what's your take on the Phoenix Suns obviously getting rid of Kevin Durant? They having conversation about getting rid of Bradley Beal. Now, Booker, you're our future. What do you think about the acquisition so far?
I don't know that Booker wants to win, because he's, he seems very contented being in Phoenix. I guess he loves it there. Okay, good for him. I don't think he wants to win. The Bradley Beal piece, I just thought about this. This is another buyout situation a la Dame, right? Bradley Beal, Minnesota. Bradley Beal, Milwaukee. Milwaukee might be the one. You lose Dame, but now you get Bradley Beal, right?
And he's bought out.
There you go. So the money, like, you give that a shot for a year and see if that can't give a shot in the arm, right? Because obviously you got Giannis as a big going downhill. You got Miles Turner as a floor stretching big. And then you will have your high level guard play in Brad Beal if he can stay healthy. Like, that doesn't sound terrible to me.
No, it doesn't. And the thing about it again, you're
demonstrating, right? And you're also demonstrating to Giannis, hey, we are trying. Don't give up on us.
Yeah. No, I like that. I'm not sure which one is scarier. That one or Minnesota. Jesus Christ.
Right. Yeah.
I would Milwaukee would be dangerous. I mean, you got
Bobby
Portis Jr., Miles Turner, so you got interior.
Transformer, if you're in the East next year, you got to take a shot at something, man. Because what have we been saying? The East is wide open, right?
Wide.
East is wide open. So if you're Milwaukee, give it a shot. If you're whoever in the East, try something. Shot. It's 1 year.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. I mean, either way, man, you're getting these guys for peanuts. If I'm able to get 15, 20 points a game out of a guy that I'm paying $10 million,
right? He doesn't need to get
10 million,
right?
Yeah, some game he may erupt and give you 30.
Right. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Dame was averaging like 24 in Milwaukee, so it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. They had some defensive woes. They actually started picking it up before he got hurt.
Right.
And obviously they would have possibly, who knows, I don't have a crystal ball. They could have made it out of the first round, playing against Indiana, but who knows? I don't have a crystal ball for that. But no, man, that could be scary, right? That could be scary. If they reach a potential buyout and Bradley Beal goes to sign a 1 year deal, I would bullet so far east that you wouldn't be able to see me.
Man, listen.
I will bullet, because at that point you can reset the bar for your career and what tarnished in Phoenix. Don't stay in the West. That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's gotta be
unless it's Minnesota.
But because even then, I'm like, Milwaukee's easier.
And it is, but Edwards needs a number 2 if he wants to win. I mean, he needs a legit number 2. He doesn't have that.
I mean, you don't see Julius Randle as 2?
No. I think on a championship team, Julius Randle can be your 3rd best player. I don't think he can be your 2nd.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see that. That.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota. I mean, boy, then we'll have Minnesota, Houston, Dallas, LA, Spurs. Oh my God, it just gets uglier and uglier and uglier. Who?
When you said LA, you meant the Clippers, right?
Both. Lakers and
No,
Clippers.
just the Clippers, right?
Yeah, both. Lakers and Clippers.
No,
They're
I said
they're
just
all
the
going to make
Clippers,
the
right?
playoffs. Huh?
No, I'm messing with you. I said just the Clippers.
Denver. I didn't even mention Denver. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But you know,
West is tough, man.
The
And
West
Golden
is
State,
so tough.
Golden State is still going to make the playoffs. They're not going to win a chip, but they're still going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, like the 8th seed. They're going to be a play-in team.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I mean they're in talks of losing Kuminga.
But
that's going to be via sign and trade because he's a restricted free agent if they can match it. So, if they don't match it, excuse me. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm bulleting these. If I'm badly built, the best possibility would be that you see Miles Turner, you see Bobby Portis, you see Giannis, you know that there's defense over there. You don't play a lot of that. I just need to be able to score 15, 20, give him 25, chip in. Like, Giannis going to give you 30, 35. You know Miles Turner and what Bobby Portis can do.
Okay. What about Orlando? Young, up and coming, athletic.
He gets in the way of Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane.
Okay.
He gets in his way.
Okay.
Yeah. Desmond Bane is your shooter over there now. Desmond Bane is a quick 20, 25 guy already. I wouldn't add Bradley Beal to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Detroit, because they're a defensively sound team. They can hide him and they can put him at the 2 and cut Cade Cunningham or play the 1. But
could be interesting.
Not in Orlando.
I don't want anybody to ruin Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is so freaking good, man. He's nice. Jeez,
no.
He's nice.
And he's a good passer. So, I mean, you have a great passer and you add a Bradley Beal, can set him up for some plays and, actually get him going. I think that can help Detroit a lot better than it can help Orlando because Orlando, they got Desmond Bane.
Right.
But anyway, what team was I on? Jesus Christ. I think I was on Phoenix. Yeah, I was on Phoenix. But
Phoenix,
like I said, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, Mark Williams, added along Devin Booker. We shall see if they can make some type of return. I don't see it happening personally. Dylan Brooks, one hell of a tough defender. We saw what Jalen Green did in the playoffs this past year. And Mark Williams has yet to see, I don't think, more than 42 games on an NBA court. So you're gonna need a buyout to see what it really gives. Gives me healthy Grant Hill vibes. Cade Cunningham. Maybe not that crazy.
Right.
Grant Hill was an athlete, bro.
Grant Hill was a problem.
Yeah,
People they don't remember how good he was.
Yeah.
But Cade is super nice though.
No, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Let me see. We're gonna go over to. We already got a couple more guys, and we're gonna get you guys up out of here. I wanted to talk about. I lost them. Okay, the Cavaliers. Small move, but it was kind of like, They added Lonzo Ball, traded from the Bulls.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell at your 1 and 2. What do we see happening? Maybe a departure?
He'll give you more shooting. He's a defender and he's a passer. Doesn't need a ton of shots. It's not bad. And maybe he gets Donovan Mitchell in better spots. It's not bad.
But do you see Darius Garland being gone?
Probably.
Huh. I think that was a low-key subtle. Hey, we may be looking to move off of Darius Garland. Get a little bit more defensively sound at the 1-2. And we know that Donovan Mitchell can give us 25 to 30 whenever he feels like it. I think that was more of what I took from that one. Me personally. Let me see. We're gonna go. I mean, that's pretty much all of the major trades, guys. I mean, if there's anything else you want to talk about, Bruce, any other team that I missed that you want to discuss?
I don't. Let me just run through real quick. I don't think so.
Knicks, I mean, Jordan Clarkson, that's nothing. OKC didn't do anything. Their draft was pretty good. Orlando Magic, they got Desmond Bane. Philly hasn't done anything. Portland, anything. Sacramento Kings, nothing. I got Dennis Schroeder. They signed, 3-year deal for Dennis Schroeder, but the Sacramento Kings are going to be a non-playoff contender.
Dennis Schroeder continues to make money in the NBA.
8 teams.
Hey,
8 teams.
There are some guys like that. But look, I mean, when you can say, I played, I'm just picking a number here. You can say I played 15 years in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some guys are journeymen, and it's
true.
okay.
That's very true.
Everybody's not going to be a superstar, LeBron or a Steph or or whoever.
Yeah.
So
a lateral but quiet move. The CJ McCollum trade from the Pelicans. CJ McCollum went to the Washington Wizards. Jordan Poole, goes to the Pelicans. So that's a move, but don't nobody care about what the Washington Wizards or the New Orleans Pelicans are going to be doing, because Zion Williamson can't stop keeping his hands off of female. Yeah, can't keep his hands off of those guys, girls, gals, whatever.
Right.
And,
Brook Lopez to the Clippers. That was good, I thought.
Okay, Brook Lopez to the Clippers. What does that do for them?
I think because remember, they had some difficulties last year when Zubac wasn't in the game. So having Brook Lopez, if you want to go big, you can go big. Zubac and Brook Lopez at the same time. If somebody gets hurt, you got that extra added depth. Lopez is also a floor stretching big, and on defense, oddly enough, he's a shot blocker. So I think he gives you a little bit of everything. It's a move that adds a quality veteran who can do stuff, to put it simply. No,
true. I agree with you, man. Zoo is a problem. That was one of the moves that I wish the Lakers didn't, give up Zubac a few years ago, 4 years ago, because he's grown out to be an outstanding big, an outstanding force on the offense and on the defensive side of the basketball in this league. And you add a Brook Lopez, another one that was going to be a Laker. Unfortunately, he was waiting to see what LeBron was going to do. And he was kind of hesitant on that, so he ended up becoming a Clipper. But because that would have been nice, man, having Brook, having Ayton, then it'd been like, Now we cooking with a little fish grease. Cooking with a little fish grease. Ain't gonna say nothing more than that, but cooking with a little fish grease. Let me see. Golden State Warriors didn't do anything but let Kevon Looney go. We're still waiting to hear from what they're going to be doing with Pelinka. I just said his name. Kuminga. There you go. Kuminga.
Oh, Kuminga. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kuminga. Gotcha. The Detroit Pistons did add a little bit of shooting. They did add Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert. So, I mean, I know Dennis Schroeder did leave, but they did add a little bit more shooting.
What the hell is happening to Miami? I'm sorry. As you mentioned, Duncan Robinson, it made me think about the Heat. What is going on there? They need a lot of help, and they've done nothing. I
tell you what, they're trying to fleece us for freaking Andrew Wiggins. They want
he was there.
They want a first-round pick. They want Rui Hachimura. They want Dalton Connect. And some.
Andrew Wiggins, a champion, man.
We're talking about Andrew Wiggins now, not 4 years ago champion. I'm not giving all that up for no freaking Andrew Wiggins. Miami, stop trying to tax us.
All right.
Yeah, trying to tax us, man.
Okay.
With that BS.
I'm just saying,
average like 18 points a game. I'm not going to trade all that away. Don't connect. First round pick. More. You better throw Bam in there. And we'll throw Austin Reeves in there. Call it a deal. But
Maple Jordan, that's what he was supposed to be. I don't know what happened there.
Maple Jordan?
Yeah, that's what they called him when he was coming out. Maple Jordan.
Really? What's the maple for?
He's Canadian. Yeah, the maple leaf is on their flag.
There you go. That'll do it, pig.
Yeah. Maple Jordan.
That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. I did not think about that. I'm like, the maple. Maple sound a little weird. I'm just gonna question your thing right there. But other than that, man, those are the major those are the major things that happened in the NBA.
Right.
Before we go, let's talk about potentials. So, of course, there's a few rumors that's going on out there about LeBron James possibly being traded. That's still floating around. Now we see that Dallas is looking for a buyout, which Mark does have the money to do, but I don't think that he's going to be willing to do anything like that.
Right.
We have Bradley Beal on the buyout market. We talked about that a little bit. Small rumor, but I'm hearing that Philly may be looking to have conversations about their big.
Man, it's over with. Joel Embiid, it's over with.
Where the hell you come from?
Over.
You didn't hear the phone ring.
It's over with. Joel Embiid ain't the same no more. He always ducking Joker. But anyway, how y'all fellas doing today, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good, bro, man. Just go ahead and keep talking because Bruce is about to blow a gasket.
Bruce, come on, man. Bruce, you know it, man. That's what. Hey, how you doing, my brother? Bruce, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Edward.
I'm not here to troll you. I'm not here to troll, bro. I'm here to troll.
I'm doing well, Edward. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Anyway, man, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. I'll make this real quick. 3 teams I do like they pick up. Now, the Tim Hardaway Jr. piece, I do like that. That gives Joker, he can give you about 5 to 10 points coming off the bench, being that corner, spot up, bam, gotcha. So I like that pick up for them.
Gotcha.
And I like the what other team I was talking about? The Atlanta. I mean, so what I ain't hear none of y'all talk about. Did y'all ever talk about the Atlanta Hawks when they got Porzingis?
Yeah, we did.
Yep. Okay, that's a good pickup for them too, because I can see them finishing a top 5 seed with the way the East is going. It's going to be Cavs, Knicks, Orlando,
Detroit,
then Atlanta.
Bucks.
So I can see that.
Bucks.
Nah, I don't see it. No, Bucks. No, I'm talking about the top 5. I'm not 5. I'm stopping at 5. They're gonna probably be finishing at 6. I think Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna be fine, man, because they got Dyson Daniel. He's a 3-and-D guy.
Oh, Cleveland. And also
Jalen Johnson.
Count Cleveland?
I said Cleveland number 1.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that was a good pick. I like that for Atlanta. Man, Bruce, I mean, y'all gonna probably finish about. Do you think y'all might be a play-in team this season, Bruce?
Maybe, man. Maybe.
And we're between 7 and 10.
It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They might be like a 7-8 seed. I don't know. Well, that's a playing team.
7-8 is a playing team. Right. So yeah. Yeah. So that.
So probably.
Yeah. Then on the west side, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, he just better be on his game, because LA ain't gonna play that. I mean, this ain't Portland. It ain't gonna snort. You ain't gonna call in work, say I can't get out my driveway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so he ain't.
That shit was weird.
So that, yeah, that was very weird. That was crazy. Right. And then man, I do hate it for D-Book, man. I am a D-Book fan. I mean, I don't know what's gonna go on with them. I can see them probably being a play-in team with Golden State. What else? Now the Detroit, when they got after the situation with Malik Beasley and they traded Dennis Schroeder, they picked up Caris LeVert, and they got Duncan Robinson. I mean, I know he's not gonna start. He's probably gonna come off the bench too. Yeah, so Detroit gonna be fine. Now with Orlando, when they got Desmond Bain, that's a good one for Banchero, because when he was with Memphis, he was like the second. He was the second player on that team that would have came to the assist. So he also know how to pass the rock. Now the part with Cleveland, when they picked up Lonzo Ball, I mean, he's injury prone, man. He can't stay healthy. Oh, but I know I heard y'all talk about they might end up trading Darius Garland. I mean, hey, he can't even play defense, so
right.
It's gonna be one of those, but they still gonna be they're gonna finish in the top 5. So that's gonna be cool for them. And then other than that, I mean, also Lakers. I see y'all had got I already talked about the Lakers with DeAndre Ayton. So I was gonna say about Dalton Connect. Do you think they probably gonna just use Dalton Connect for put him on a trade block or anything like that? He just a trade him.
I would rather Austin Reeves.
Yeah, that way at least you get out from under some of the money. because Dalton Connect doesn't make that much money right now.
This is his second year.
Mm-hmm. And realistically, if Dalton Connect becomes everything that he's capable of, he can be a taller Austin Reeves for you.
Yep.
So, hey, Edward. Cool. Edward, by the way, sir. Edward. Since you opened up your call saying something stupid, let me check you real quick. Let me check you real quick. Hold on. Hey, hold on. I want you to know that across their careers, Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers have a 6-2 record over Jokic and the Nuggets, and Embiid averages 28 and 11, while Jokic averages 22 and 10. So don't call here. Don't call here kicking nonsense, all right?
That's only when he play in Philly, but when he go to Denver, he don't.
So every game was in Philly, huh?
He don't try to play and suit up in Denver, but he go play the next game. He'll play Portland. Stop it, Bruce. Stop it.
Man, don't call my show with the BS, Edward. Don't do that, man.
That's not BS, Bruce. Bruce, that's not BS. He would rather play in Philly, and then when it's time to go to Denver, he's hurt, and then the next game he want to play Portland. Come on, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just saying he works your boy out, and that is what it is. So,
hey, yo, man. Pardon the left step. Pardon the left step.
Pause.
Pardon the left step. For real.
Wild.
All right, man. On that, man, I'm gonna let you have it, Bruce, man. On that, but nah,
you ain't letting me have nothing. What is this? What are you doing?
All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning into the Format Podcast, man. We're out of here.
Hey, you hit a big pause on me, big dog. But that's all I got, man.
All right,
y'all
brother.
Enjoy y'all night. Also, man, Mike, man. Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna see you, man. We're gonna turn up for your birthday today. Also, man, happy birthday. I love you. Me and B, man, we love you, bro, man. Enjoy that 35th birthday. All right, y'all have a good one.
Yes. All right, brother.
All right, man.
Try to call here taking shots at Embiid.
Hey, he went straight to it, too.
I didn't he, though?
Yeah.
Listen, I know Embiid can't stay healthy for nothing. I know he make all this money robbing the Sixers at gunpoint. I know it.
Robbing them blind.
Robbing them. What's up, Bruce?
How y'all boys feeling tonight, man?
Maintaining, man.
Feeling good, bro. How about yourself?
Good, man. How you feeling, Transformer?
Feeling blessed.
First of all, that boys absolutely cooked tonight, man. Y'all chemistry was on point, man. I must say.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother.
That's what we try to do.
I was sitting back listening the whole time while I was doing other things. But,
okay.
I'm gonna start off like real quick. Like what y'all tell you though, we have been hearing nothing from Embiid. That might be a good sign.
You said about Embiid?
Yes, we ain't been hearing nothing about Embiid.
Look, you know Embiid is my guy, but I gave up on him, man. I got nothing.
Stay on the court, bro.
Listen, that's a good sign. You ain't been hearing no drama. You ain't been hearing no reports about nothing. So he doing what he doing. He must be working.
I hope.
He might be. Hey, the Houston Rockets. It's championship or bust next year for them.
You think so?
It's championship or bust, yes.
Okay.
They are stacked.
First of all, it will be no repeat champion. It hasn't been a repeat champion in what, 8 years?
7 years, 8 years. Yeah.
There will be no repeat champion, so you already get it together.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's championship or bust. I mean, they got the best 10. I'm just looking at my list. The bench is just as thick as the starters. You got Clint Capella coming off the bench, Easton coming off the bench, Reed Shepard coming off the bench, Steven Adams coming off the bench. All them from this off the bench.
That's deep, man.
They're deep. And they probably not feeling. When is free agency over about? Another couple of days?
Say again?
Summer League?
How long do free agency usually last? About a week?
Well, I mean, I guess once it's open, it's open, but it's more so because it doesn't close again. It's more so the big moves get made at the beginning.
Yeah, the contract can't be finalized starting until Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Sunday.
I want to say Sunday is when they can lock them in. They're locking in all these deals.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, free agency is always open.
Well, Houston going into next year to clear favorites. There's no doubt about it. They got the best starting five, the best bench. Fred VanVleet, Amon Thompson, Jabari Smith, KD, and Sengun.
Yo, I like Sengun, man. I like Sengun.
They got every facet that you need to win. Barring injury, this is their year.
You know what Sengun is? Real talk. Sengun is great value Jokic. That's what he is.
I think, he shorty is.
Like a big lot, like a big lots version.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. He's the generic version.
He gets stronger and he's savvy. He got post moves. He's really, really good. He ain't gonna do nothing but get better.
Yeah.
All right, injury. This is Houston, Lombardi to lose.
Well, we'll find out, man.
Now, question for you, Brucey.
Yes, sir.
Where's the pressure on Kevin Durant?
Where's the pressure?
Yeah, is it high or low?
Well, the pressure is most definitely high. This is gonna be. I think it's gonna be his revenge season right here. This move was made specifically for that. And we forgot the coaching. He got superior coaching. Udoka is a great young coach. They got everything in line. Then they got Houston Texans, good market. Everything is open for them to get it done. And I can't wait to see it. I'm anticipating. I'm gonna watch them closely next year.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely watching.
Real quick, I don't want to be on here for an hour. I got a few things I want to say. You got Milwaukee with the Dame situation. That was kind of it's business. Hey, Dame, you still getting $22 million for the next 5 years.
There you go.
Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you.
Rest my body for 18 more months if I want to. I don't know how long does what do you got, Achilles tear?
Yeah.
How long does it take to heal? It seems like most people never. About a year. It seems most people will never be the same after Achilles tear. Because I think a lot of people just come back too soon. But anyway, hey, Dane, thank you. Even though it was business is business, but hey, I'll take that $22 million for the next 5 years for free.
Man,
thank
listen.
You.
Right. Absolutely.
And lately, the freak been doing a lot of little snake stuff. Talk about he didn't know about the Dallas Turner thing, but the reports came out that he really knew. And Dane posted a thing on Twitter like, what? See, hey man, then he, Giannis got 2 strikes on him, 1 more strike. He got Adrian Griffin fired when they was number 1 in the East because he didn't get along with him. I didn't understand that. That was a little emotional in his hands.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that.
Got 1 more. Got 3 strikes, Giannis.
No, you're right. You're right, Bruce. Because I would get on LeBron about it. So you've heard me have to get on Giannis. Like, can't be out here getting these coaches fired. I don't respect that at all.
So that's the second strike, and he didn't tell that. Listen, he's been a little chatty and sneakish lately too, as of late. He used to be a humble beast, but he's been talking a little too much lately. This is just the NBA's graveyard right now.
Yes, they are. They just can't get right. Yup.
They should move it back to Baltimore. You know about Baltimore Bullets at one time. Washington took out King.
Yes, we know. Yes, we know.
That Baltimore segue.
Right.
And I like that Bruce Brown went back to Denver. He was really good with them. And I like the more with them getting Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
And Cameron and Kid Cameron. So other than that, man, let me say this about the kid. What's the top kid got caught, quote unquote, allegedly gambling on games?
Malik Beasley.
Yes.
Malik Beasley. Let me say this before I get off, fellas. Trust me, that's going on in the NBA more than you think.
You just got caught. Agreed.
Trust me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Now, you don't always mess with your Bruce, but is he gonna snitch on everybody? Everybody do it.
Hey, he ain't gonna deal. He ain't gonna deal with everybody.
Yeah, but now
he gonna tell everybody.
That everybody do. Come on down. Everybody packs bad, man. I mean, bad. He just got knocked off. That's all, bro. It's a shame these guys make all these millions and don't know what to do with the money. I don't get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Big facts.
And they saying he's in debt and all that. Like, you made $50 million, brother? Tight as I am, that $50 million gonna last forever.
Right.
And yeah, man. Great show, your boys. Great chemistry tonight, man. Hey, man, Bruce, you rushing me off the phone too, man. I'm a paid member. I pay my rent every month.
Who's rushing you off the phone? What are you talking about?
No, last night, man, when I called in late, I should be able to call in when I want, man. I pay my rent every month.
No. It's always. I was saying it's funny how you have this tendency. Like right when we about to end the show, you magically call in. That's why it's always funny. The timing.
Hey, man, I'm not no title or spoiled brat, man. I don't know.
No. We love when you call, man. Real talk. It's just funny the timing. That's all.
Hey, man, I'm transforming, man. Have a great night. Bruce, have a great night, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Man.
All right,
Absolutely,
thanks for
bro.
the call, man.
All right, bro.
No doubt. You know what's funny?
Always, man.
Bruce is a ninja, man, because there's times you don't even know he's there. He's just sitting back in the cut, listening.
He not in the chat.
Like,
He's
yeah. He's like,
I was listening in
tonight, man.
I was listening in the whole time. Like I've been
the whole time. Let me rip you up now. I've been taking notes.
That's definitely him, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely him.
What's up, Steve?
What up, Bruce? What up, Twizzler?
Was that a king?
Not much, man. You know how it is.
Oh, man. What's good, man?
Hey, great show. Brucey was right. Y'all killed it tonight. That was a good recap of everything around the league, man. You guys actually caught me up to date on some stuff. I didn't realize that Capella deal wasn't done. For some reason, I was to the understanding that was done, but
I thought it was done too.
It's agreed upon. It's just not done.
So much.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that's where I misunderstood. I saw the Finney Smith deal was done, which I like that move. Again, I'm not calling in to try to twerk for KD. Obviously, I have my hopes high. I hope things go well. But objectively, I like what Houston's doing.
Houston's doing great work, man.
They're
right,
adding
Steve.
some nice depth. Like, and I'm not trying to just twerk for my guy. But
No. You're right, though.
Yeah. That's right. You know, I'd like to see Denver do a little bit more, get a little bit more aggressive. I'm glad they dumped MPJ. I'm ready to debate you on MPJ. I watch enough Denver, man. Like, he's got a lot of ability that I don't disagree with, but he is not consistent. He can't dribble. He is horrible in the open floor.
Okay.
Like, he's not, like, I see what you're saying. Like, there's possibility of him being limited playing with a guy like Jokic, but all he can really do is catch and shoot anyway. He can't really facilitate anything. He's not a defender. I just feel like it was just too much money from what they weren't getting out of it.
So the only thing I'll say for that, Steve, is, and you might be right, but the beautiful thing about sports is we always get to find out. So we're going to see what he does in Brooklyn. We always get to find out.
He'll like, this is what I'd say, and this is where you can't just read stats.
Right.
Like, he will get more opportunity in Brooklyn. He'll probably get more shots and stuff. But, like, is it going to translate to winning? That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, he had a good thing in Denver. They just came off a championship, and he regressed. That finals run, he played well up until the finals. And then during the finals, they couldn't even keep him on the floor. They had to play Bruce Brown to close out games. So that's where I'm like, okay, they got rid of Bruce Brown. This was your chance to step up the next year. He didn't really do it. Then they got rid of KCP, and it's like, now they need you to step up. And he didn't really do it. You saw Christian Brown. Go ahead.
No, sorry to interrupt you, man. Doesn't his quote unquote lack of stepping up coincide directly with Jokic going crazy statistically? That doesn't coincide. You don't notice that?
I would say no, because it's not like Jokic isn't dishing out 10 to 12 assists a game.
Okay.
Like, the ball's getting moved, and he's playing with 2 point guards, really, with Jokic and Murray. I know they run a lot of pick and roll, because I do watch a lot of Denver, but I just, when he has his chances, he's playing even more minutes with the loss of Bruce Brown 2 years ago, and then last year losing KCP. He got more opportunity, and you saw a guy like Christian Brown. Did it impede him? He got better. So it's like, if a guy like MPJ's taking that kind of money and you're not getting better, it's like, man, it's just not worth it. I'd rather bring in a guy like Cam Johnson who can defend the perimeter, because that's another thing. With his length, he should be able to defend the perimeter better. And he's not asked to go down, load, and rebound, because they got Gordon and Jokic. So it's like, man, if you can't even really, guard that 3 position that well, it's like, what are we doing here? You saw Christian Brown have to take that assignment a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay.
I think a guy like Cam Johnson would fit better. Where it's like, he can play off the ball. He doesn't need plays called for him. He can catch and shoot, and he's willing defender, which MPJ just struggled at. I'm not saying he didn't try, but I watched enough of him where it was like, man, it got ugly at times. But I didn't mean to go on a soliloquy about Denver. I wanted to ask Twizzler. Okay. And I'm being serious now. I'm not trolling. What do you feel like with these rumors and LeBron not wanting to play with Luka, and like, what do you want to see long term as a Lakers fan? Like, are you willing to cut bait with LeBron? Like, what do you want to see happen?
Yeah, I said it earlier in the what was I discussing? The Dallas trade. If they wanted to trade, it versus signing them, I would have hit the send button. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm grateful for what LeBron has done. You know, he brought us a chip, and you know, I respect him for that. But at this point, man, I mean, $52 million. I want players to get their money, but I'm like, ugh, come on, bro, you 42. Like I can't be.
So you're ready to give the keys to Luka and kind of like that's the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I called in the other day, and I don't think you were on the show. I think it was just Bruce and Snead. I can't remember, but I think I was hitting on that point where it's like, man, I get it. Like Luka is fat. He needs to do. Oh, sorry, I'm on my walk. If you hear anything, there's fireworks. That's fireworks. I'm on my walk. I'm out and about. I need to get some miles in, but that's what I was talking about the other day. It's like, I get Luka's out of shape. He's not the greatest defender. All that's true. But at the same time, it's like you don't want to piss him off and lose that long-term potential top. I know Bruce will disagree, but it's like you could argue. I'm not saying it's for sure, but you could argue he's a top 5 player in the league. It's like, are you willing to lose that over maybe like LeBron keeping leverage over the Lakers franchise? But you pretty much answered that because I was thinking the same thing. It's like you don't want to hold on to Braun in his 40s and possibly lose out on Luka because of this narrative that's going around where I don't know. I was just curious what you thought as a Lakers fan, because if you can get something out of Dallas, I can't remember what the potential trade was. I can't remember if you got
it was Gafford, PJ Washington, Klay Thompson, and one other person or something like that. That's what the potential trade was, because that's the only way it worked. Oh, I would have hit send so fast, LeBron wouldn't have had the time to pack his bags.
Man, y'all better be careful, man. Somebody about to pop up in this chat going crazy, man. You better chill.
I would have hit send so fast.
We ain't scared. Twizzler's allowed to think for himself now. He's already kicked out of the cult. I kicked him out of the cult months ago. He's good.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, man, I had to call in. I called in when they first made the deal for KD, and I was happy about it. And I wasn't getting my hopes up, but man, a lot of these moves and some of the things they're doing right now, it's like, man, maybe they do have a legit shot. I know OKC is going to be tough. They got everything back, and they've already proven it.
Their general manager, Raphael Stone, could get a executive of the year.
Yeah,
could potentially get it.
Yeah,
man. I like what I'm seeing. I mean, he's got to stay healthy, but man, they could be a problem. Rudy called in and was working harder than I was. Man, when he was talking about their bench, shit, that team could probably make the play-in in the East.
Their bench,
That's how garbage the East is. That bench might be able to make a play-in in the East. I'm not even kidding.
No, you might be right. You might be right, Steve. For real.
But anyway, I just want to call in, talk to you fellas, wish you happy 4th, and y'all killed it tonight. All right, fellas, y'all stay blessed.
I appreciate it, Steve.
Man, be good, Steve. Woo! Yeah.
Oh man,
go back to that.
Right? All right, Troll. Well, we're gonna leave it right there, man. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Like we said, we wanted to take some time and show you all love, because we know that you guys wanted to get our thoughts and our opinions on what's going on there with the free agency and the NBA, of course. And again, as you see, this was kind of too much of an in-depth topic for us to make it on a four topic show. So we decided to come out here tonight and just do a show, just talk about that. So thanks for being here. You know the drill. Hit the like and subscribe, share the show, man. And we will talk to you next time. We out. Peace.